And the view for today, again, if it feels overwhelming, it's okay. This is about realizing, wow, I have control of my business, of my team. Everything you do as a leader is serve people to their needs. And the goal is knowing why, who, and what. So as we start with structure, structures come by having a plan first and then being able to track and train, coach, communicate, and recognize. So as we make a grid, some of you will say, my brain doesn't operate this way. That's okay. But in running a business, if you went to a bank and you said, show me how this business is going to make money, you would have to have a 5-year plan like this. I opened 5 companies. That's what I had to do. So I had to learn how to map out income based on clients, based on programs. So it is key that, again, you look at this as a $1 million company. You don't sell lipsticks. You serve people. And you get to cause growth with that with a plan. Without a plan, again, we're racing. And you will go up, down, in, out. It's exhausting, right? And you get all the way here and you're all the way back here. That's just a lack of a structure. So you want it to grow because you just plug people in. Kind of like when you look at a regional calendar. It's a little overwhelming, but when you look at it, it's like, oh, this isn't for me. I plug people in there. So what do I need? And then where do I plug my team, right? So as we take a look, bear with me, I'm going to be sharing a couple of concepts and then we can share with each other. When you take a look first at a system, and again, this may feel a tad overwhelming, but bear with me while we take a look at this. When you take a look at a system, you first want to start with goals. In everything you ever go to school on how to be successful, without a goal, it's, again, just hoping something works. You start with goals. What are your goals? My income goals, my sales goals personally. What commission do I want from my team? My overrides each month. What bonuses? When I look at the compensation plan, what are my next bonuses I'm going to earn? If you don't plan for it, it won't happen. You want to see the income with dates. What gifts am I going to earn from national recognition to monthly when I look at the action? And what is my why? When I have all of those things, what is it for? What does it help me do, be, have, or give? And what title am I going for next and by when? This is the most important box, to be honest. So we start with you. So I'm going to go column to column. And again, don't worry, you can take this. Some of you won't work this way. I got very detailed in a 1-page document because you have to brain stimulate and really know how to make this plan. So when you go to the you column, right, then it goes down to, I'm going to go straight down. So remember, just pause and watch. Don't multitask right now. This is for you. Really think about, do I see these goals in front of me? If you don't see them and you skipped one, you'll miss it, right? Next, when we go to the you column right here, and don't read past all the boxes, follow my column. So here we are now in the my training. So for me, what training do I need to achieve what I wrote in my goals? What training is my gap that I don't know how to do? What kind of coaching? Everyone needs a coach. I have a coach. You will always need a coach or a mentor. Is it your upline? Is it the regional team? Is it you got a buddy? Is it you need to hire one? I don't know. But what training do you need? Where will you plug in? What coaching do you need and with whom? And what do you have to learn? Where is your gap? This form I look at every single month, okay? I constantly have it in front of me and I review it because it changes. So what do I have to learn? Is there a book that's going to help me become an ambassador? Is reading a part of you? It might be, it might not be. Is there programs like I want to join the $5 Survive and Thrive Club that Dana and Neil talked about? Do I have my dream board in front of me? Really important to see it. And then again, keep going back to my why, okay? So if I repeat, it's because I need to. So again, what is it I need for training and coaching? And one thing that I don't have on here that I will add right now is my celebrations, okay? What does that mean? You have to honor you. You have to honor you. So, for an instance, and I'll come back to the audience because the you column is the beginning. So, when you have your goals at the beginning of the month, so you typically set yearly goals, 6-month goals, 3-month goals, monthly goals, and then weekly with daily action. That's running your business, right? So by the end of 2020, who will I be? What will I be? Where will I be? Then we break it down by July 1st. Then we can even go quarterly by quarter 2, end of quarter 2. Then we're going to go monthly, the month of May. And then we divide that into 4 weeks. So as you do that each week and you see your weekly tracker, I track every single week in our region, every single day. I see reports, we track it, what we're trending, and I share it with you for team goals. Same thing. When you do that, you celebrate. So take some time on a Saturday, say, yeah, baby, we're tracking to the week. Or rut-row, we're not. I got to work longer today till I hit it. That's your D of discipline, right? So it's really structuring you first. You're the CEO. So how many of you have a you structure of goals and expectations, and then the training, coaching, who you're communicating with, and how you're celebrating? How many of you have a structure for you? I see a lot of wavy wavies. Okay. How many of you know this matters first? Any aha flash flood moments right there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what are
I
you
know it,
learning
but I
from that
don't.
column? Go ahead. Go ahead, Marcia.
Um, I know it, but I don't know how to get it there. You know, I don't know. I struggle with goals and other than what I do for the day. I mean, it's almost like it's a day-to-day thing instead of a week, month kind of thing, and how to put it into action.
The key is you got to know what you're working for.
Right.
And when you coach consultants, right? When you coach your consultants, if you're not doing this, you're teaching them to go racing and they don't even know what they're
Right.
chasing. That makes sense?
Yes.
So if you
Yeah.
don't do it, you can't teach it. So the you column, notice whenever I teach systems, and some of you have coached with me on and off over the last 5 years in this region, I will tell you I never change. If anybody bought my 95-page manual in 1991, this was
Wow.
the first page, the grid, because that's a business structure. So I love, thank you for saying that, because we forget. We wake up and we just go, and we do not know where we're going. Think of your car, think of a MapQuest, think of, putting your GPS on. It's like, I'm just going to get in my car and I'm going to just drive around today. You would never do that. You get in your car and you know the end destination into your GPS, and it tells you the roads to turn on, right?
Right.
So I love that you said that. And it's the biggest gap of most leaders, right? We get it. We're human. But now it's not about I don't know how. The key is just do it. The key is pause in this aha moment and say, oh my gosh, yes. What do I want? Where am I going? It's hard, but the truth is, once you own it, you're motivated. People always go, oh, I just need some motivation. I can't stay motivated. I just don't know. I go up, I go down. You don't know who you are or where you want to go.
Right.
And when you do, guess what happens? What happens when you know who the heck you are and where you're going? What's happening, Gail?
Confidence, growth.
Confidence. So what happens to you? People want to be with you.
Grow.
You attract
Yeah.
people who want to be there. If someone said, yes, you can join my team. I'm not really sure where we're going, but we just want to succeed. Whatever that is, we're just going to figure this out together. Yeah, it's super cool. Come be on my team. Or, you know what? I'm excited. We are going to be the top team in the nation. And I am excited. I am looking for 15 women this year who want to run a business, run a team, run their life. Who are the first 15 to pop to your mind? Because you know what? We're going to be the fastest growing team in the United States. You want to be a part of it? You know why I think you'd be good at it, T? Because you're consistent, you're persistent. I would love to interview to see if this is a fit for you. Want to join my team? Who else do you know to bring with you? These are the kind of people I'm looking for. What's the difference? Right?
Yeah.
So you've taken charge.
Because I know, I see it, I want it. I broke it down and said, gosh darn it, I can do this. If Cherie Lester can go from manager to DD in a month, she just began a change of her mind, right?
Wow.
I'm going. This is crazy. I'm going to just focus. But she owned it, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Other thoughts or comments on this? Go ahead, Gail.
I have to add, it's fun when you know where you're going. It's hit and miss, but the last 2 months has been more of a structure for me. And it's fun going, oh my God, I'm only $50 away. Oh, I'm only one person away. And it's just, it charges you to keep going. And who else do you know? So it makes it fun while you're doing your business, and that energy and that excitement is what is attracting people to you.
Excellent. And on track weekly, right? So it's your personal goals, and then it starts to branch into all the other columns. So this is so important. I could spend the entire hour on this column. You're going to have this sheet. Remember, when you look at it, there's a lot typed there, but it's all about all of this matters, right? So if we just say, I want to be a DD. Okay. That's great, but we got to break it down, because you can actually track when it's going to happen. Some of you last month had the sales of district directors and higher. Like, it's not about the sales, it's about looking for people who want that with you.
Exactly.
Right? That's the difference. So it's mentoring. That mentoree's celebration is they do everything together as a team. She has a structure. She knows she's here to serve her team together, right? So you're building your brand of who I am, where I'm going, but what is this going to bring my family? That's how you start to figure out your IPAs, is your why. And people go, oh, I'm not motivated by money. That's BS. You just aren't dreaming big enough. Sorry, I'm pretty blunt. Everybody has something else they want to do or be or have or give away. They do. So if you got nothing in your life you want, just be a giver. Okay? So, sorry, my Wi-Fi is really wonky. Okay, hang on here. I keep freezing. My Wi-Fi is horrible today. So, all right, column 1. Anything else? I'm going to keep going. All right. Good aha. Let's go back. Here we go. Screen number 2, column number 2. Next, again, I may not go through all of this, but I'm going to walk you through each column, okay? We have prospects that we serve, leads. We have clients that we serve. We have hostesses that we serve, parties. We have branches that we serve and districts. So in each of the rows, you will see your goals. How many new prospects do I need a week to achieve my sales goal, my income goals, my sponsoring goals? How many do I need to meet? If you want to truly succeed in the Jafra model, it's 3 to 5 a day to always have the model of 2 to 5, 2 personal and 5 branch a month. So it's the 63 conversations, inviting 3 a day, 3 a day, 3 a day. You could earn everything we put on the table by that simple recipe. If you want to be a director, it's 10 a day. If you want to be an ambassador, we've learned from the best, it's 20 a day. Okay? So again, if you do it daily, it just becomes a habit. So when we look at that, how many prospects a week does it take? You break down your goals. How many of those prospects? If I'm going to meet 15 a week, I know I'm going to have 5 new clients. I'm going to have 3 new hostesses. I'm going to sponsor 1 to 2 a week. And my goal is to get at least 5 referrals a week. So I have to have a goal so that I know to boost. I know to send samples. I know to, go out and look for people on Facebook and private message, or go through my address book and video message. So if I don't have that, how am I teaching it? And then I pick my 3 ways to meet new people a month. In Business 101, you always need 3 marketing plans. So it might be a weekly party. That's one that you're going to host. It might be your boosting every single week, like Gina taught us. So it might be just a referral campaign. It might be this month is military month, so you're going to focus on that, or skin cancer awareness month, and you're going to, work with some organizations. So whatever it is, have at least 3 different ways you're going to meet new people each month. I'm going to stay in the prospect column. So when do I do this? Do I do all my leads 1 day a week? Some people just say, you know what, Thursday is my client day and lead day, and I do it all on 1 day. Some of you might say every day for 30 minutes, I'm going to do my 10 leads a day. And you block it. It's almost like the same time. If you had a job at the office, that you would have a routine. So again, you decide, and then you track your weeks and how you're going to do that. You make the plan first. And again, when you have a lead, what's your follow-up? Great, I'm going to reach back. I'm going to text you right now. I'll reach back to you in 2 days after you try the products on half your face. And if you don't hear from them, then you text them and say, you know what, I didn't hear back from you, so I'm going to reach back to you in another 2 days or in 7 days. I have a place to invite them. If again, that didn't work, you say, gosh, I'm sorry, I've missed you again. I'm going to give you a call back in 2 weeks. Great, I didn't hear back from you this month, so I'll put you on my maybe list for the month of June. Oh, you know what, I didn't hear back from you, so let me put you into the fall, unless you tell me no. So whatever that tracker system is what you're following through to. And you can decide again, do you want to have any form of, appreciation gifts, okay? So having a system for prospects. Let me go back to the audience. How many of you have a lead system that you'd like to share that's pretty structured like that number system, or you're tracking it every week and you celebrate yourself? Anyone have a lead system?
Jackie.
Yes, Pat.
Morning. I just happened to, this is just God sent, because I just happened to to make this just this morning a tracking system for my prospects and clients, because I just have the order forms all in a folder, and you flip through it, try to find out where they had their last orders or whatever. So I just made an Excel, and I don't mind sharing it, but the only problem is that I can't see what I did in my Excel, but I can tell you some of the columns that I had. I had the name of the customer, client, and then I had whether or not I put her on Client Plus, and then I had another column as to how I communicated with them, whether it was snail mail or if it was by a video. I have here, if I sent them a sample, I have whether or not I had a conversation with them, and I use a lot of abbreviations, like sponsoring conversation was SC, and Client Plus was CP. That gave me my little lines. Then I have their name, their address, and their phone number. And then I have whether I've sent them an invitation to the Joy meeting. Most of y'all know I just don't do systems like this. So I'm really crazy. So I'm trying to get it where, yeah, because all things are possible when you know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going or what you've done, I can't tell you, I still can't tell you right this minute because I haven't put all my entries in, but how much one of my consultants have purchased from me in the last year. So then when I have a conversation with her, I can say, hey, listen, how would you like to, save some money? And then I can say to them how much it was, versus me just saying, hey, Shafika, you're always buying from me, blah, blah, blah. And would you like to, save for yourself? So versus that, I could say, you've actually spent X amount of dollars. So I have a column that says retail sales, what they gave. I have another little column that says what gift I may have sent them and samples. So yeah, I haven't used it yet because I'm just finishing developing it. That's why I was late, because I lost track of the time. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and I don't mind sharing it once I'm finished with it. Today I can share it if anybody would like to have it.
And this is a perfect topic. This is exactly the key. You need a system. So when I say what's your system, it might be 2 days, 1 week, 1 month, every season. You need a mantra system, right? But I love what Pat's saying. You then have a column of the dates, the format of how you contacted them, so you don't forget. You will forget. Otherwise, you get a million Post-it notes, right? So having, again, whether you paper it or you Excel it, and then saying, follow-up notes after every conversation, of course, callback time. So you literally run it like a checklist, the gift, the incentive, whatever that be. So as you do that, it's really just thinking, if you were taking an Excel column sheet, what is it that you need? There's no right and wrong, okay? So you'll be sharing as you create yours. You're going to help each other. This month is helping you get those systems and designing it your way. I can't give you the system. It's got to be your style. I'm a brain starter for you, okay? You're all going to help each other create it. And that's the fun of this, is it'll be yours, but you're going to keep sharing, okay? So again, I love what Pat was saying. I always have YNM, yes, no, maybe, right? I have a $sign for sponsoring, a heart because she loves the product, a P for a party, whatever it is, that's what starts to happen with your system. As I end this, the important thing is you need a lead system, okay? So what is your prospect system? That could be a notebook, that could be a 3-ring binder, that could be an Excel form, whatever is right for you. I highly recommend that in your lead tracker, you also have behind it a January through December. Why? because you know how fun this is when you go, okay, I didn't hear from her. That's okay. I'm going to let it go. I told her I would be back in touch in 2 weeks. I told her if I didn't hear from her, I'd be back in touch. You know, hey, I didn't hear from you, so I'll put you on my June list. I opened June and there's all my leads sitting there for me. You don't have to go, oh, I forgot her. I never called her. And you got a bucket of stuff sitting around all the time. This is like just write in a notebook, all organized, all organized. So you move her according to your 2 plus monthly plus quarterly, whatever your structure is, right? So that's the goal, that it's ready. So I'm going to go to the next column. So bear with me. This, you're going to see the repetition, okay? When you look at clients, clients are kind of the same. When you get into clients, and I'm going to go 2 columns at a speed. I wanted to focus on the you part of the business, and then we'll finish with team. When you look at clients, you have a variety of clients. Some order 6 to 12 times a year. Some order 3 to 6. Some order once or twice. This is what Shafika talked about a couple days ago, is where you will start to figure out when you're organized in a structure. Again, you can keep all your clients A to Z, right? Whether it's in Excel or a binder. And you can look at them and keep all their order forms together or track it in the computer like Pat's talking about. So you start to see how much they buy and how frequently. If you've never done this, don't worry about it. Do this in the wee hours of the morning or the dark hours of the night where you can't make phone calls. This is not an IPA during peak hours. This is always the backside quiet stuff, okay? So, but you start to, again, you set your goals. How many C clients, comfortables, how many kind of building clients, and how many accelerated clients do I have? And so then you set your goals. How many new clients will I have this month? This is what Belinda taught us at National Conference. How much in reorders will I have this month? How much in personal sales? How many parties? And how many facials or personals? So again, that might be a little different right now, but it can be Zoom. Then you take that down and plan it. So it comes down to, again, what's my brochure system? Is it Client Plus? Is it texting? What is my brochure system for my groups? What is my monthly gift this month? Some of you do recognition, and it might be with every, $63 order, you get a new item at half price. Some of you still use that kind of anniversary story. How many birthdays do I have this month? Or what's my birthday recognition? Many of you in the past were doing, during your birthday month, you do a phone tree to every client the day of their the month of their birthday. You sing happy birthday and they get 25% savings on any order that month, or 30%. And if they book a party, they get a birthday party and they get to shop one time half price. Why do you use 30 and 50? There's only one goal with every person: to sponsor. How did you like your 30%? Could you imagine having that all the time? How did you like 50% at your birthday party? Could you imagine having that all the time? So again, you could have your birthdays. How many do you have this month? Do you have shopping days for your clients, or a monthly party or open houses? Maybe you can't do that right now, but how many do you plan to invite to a joy meeting? So each week, where's your client day? I did clients and leads every single Thursday. Every Thursday. That was my client and lead day. So for me, I did it all in one day. I couldn't break it down. I had to do one focus a day. That was my brain. And then again, what's that client service? 2 days, 2 weeks, every 1 or 2 months. So they know to expect you. They're going to get the mailing, like Pat said. When you look over here, what are all the tools that I plan to use? Will I use my clients, the mailing service? Well, you've got all of these types of formats of communication. So there's tools for communication, and there's tools to be sharing, right? So you're deciding, again, who, when, and how. I'm going to keep going. So, Marcia, you're moving around a lot, so you might want to mute. Sorry. Okay, that's okay. No worries. When you go to parties, Okay, same thing. You plan how many parties a month do I plan to host, whether it's this month, this quarter, this year. What will my sales be from those parties? If you go do a party without a goal and you didn't work on a goal with your hostess, again, you hope the spaghetti sticks to the wall. Good luck, okay? So you want to be in plan, in control. What you see is what you get. What you plan for is what you strive for. So what, again, is the party average? Sorry, this was something Shafika said the other day that I didn't add in here. So thank you, Shafika. So what is my average customer order? Here I wrote, what is my average party order? How many bookings do I want from every party? How many sponsors will I have at every party? Okay, so I go to the next. Hostess coaching. What do I have a plan before, during, and after for my hostesses? Do I have themes of the month? You can find a lot of this on your regional calendars. What types of parties am I offering? A Facebook party, a Zoom party, a basket party, a ghost hostess party, or a mystery hostess, fundraiser, office parties, business parties in their offices or business. So you might not have that, but they're doing them on Zoom. What bonuses do I have for my hostesses? For attendance, outside orders, bookings, 2 guests. A lot of these systems, by the way, are in your units. So you can go see great examples. Shafika has shared some in our units. Hostess programs are in our units. So you can't do all of this today, but these are like, what's important? Do I need to start going column to column? Okay. Then do I use hostess packets? Do I have invitations ready? Am I doing paper? Am I doing texting? Am I using, some of the tools that I have in my units? What letters do I send to my hostess, or written cards before and after? Am I using phone trees? What am I doing? So am I going live? Am I posting with events, using invitations and inviting 30 people? Am I calling everybody 2 days before by voicemail? That's what this means on here. And what am I doing the morning after so the party has a close date to it? That's all in the college courses, Hostess Coaching 101, in case you want to listen to that. So again, look at all these columns, because when you have a system, so does your team. Like Belinda said at conference, it's a system of inviting that has to stay simple. This doesn't mean you need to do it all and it's overwhelming. This is an aha today to just say, do I have things in a system, and do I have goals? We have to have goals, then we have to train, we have to coach, and we have to communicate and know when we're going to do this and follow up. So what day of the week or what hours are you booking parties, hostess coaching, and closing out your parties? For me, it was always Wednesdays. So Mondays was new consultant day and consultant day. Tuesdays was future leader and leader day. Wednesdays was hostess day. Thursday was client and lead day. Friday was follow-up day. That's when everything from reports, recognition, orders went in. If you look at my calendar, the regional calendar, I actually dubbed it that way. You'll see that. So if you look at that and you go, what is all of this? So again, whether you do it daily, whether you do it with certain hours, you have to decide, what do I have to make time for? These are the IPAs, okay? So I'm not going to brainstorm today. I'm going to close with just a couple of tools, all right? Again, when I started, I said it may feel overwhelming. You can't do it all right away, but it's just to go, okay, let me get some systems started. Let me plan my weeks, my hours. I'm not planning to book parties, so therefore I'm not booking any. I'm not planning to hold any, so therefore I'm not holding any. I don't have client follow-up. I just do it when I need sales. Oops. We just structure it because these are the people we serve. And we want to have a service plan. So my goal is to just help you to start to see how systems matter, okay? We'll keep breaking this down, as you see, in our other 6 sessions. And if we need to do a bonus one, another one, we'll add more. But right now, it's just to get the thoughts of systems. When we take a look, which is why we went into reports first, looking at the A's, the I's, the P's, here is what we have. In your branch, you have A's, you have I's, you have P's, you have new consultants, you have VIPs, you have future leaders, right? They all need different attention. You need to know what they want, their why, and then know how many you have in each category. So if we don't, we start to treat them all the same, and they're not, and we haven't asked what their needs are. So the active consultants, I's, in case you're new, are inactive. P, inactive means, just in case it's basic, inactives mean they haven't ordered in the last 4 months. So why does that matter? If people don't order, on average, every 3 or 4 months, they typically go to about month 6, and you're about 80% at risk, you lose them. So our goal is to serve them like we do our clients, to let them know the monthly offers, the best way to shop, like the flyer we make every month. That's an example of letting them know the hot deals, the hot ways they could share and turn this into income and turn this into the smartest shopping of the month. So again, inactives, they have not ordered in the last 5 or longer months. Remember, after 12 months, you always look at the column of last order date. If they go 12, they go former after 1 year. So you want to plan that. What do I do once they hit month 5? What do I do once they hit month 7, month 9? By month 9, we see 95% don't come back, believe it or not. You might be a good saver, but not everybody is. That's just our normal, okay? So we want to have that system, not wait till they get to the last month and then freak them out. You won't have that if you have a structure, okay? So then we have, again, how many do you have? You want to know the percentage of your team that is active and inactive. The goal is 60 to 70% are active. That's a very strong branch, okay? So many are at 30 or 40 because we're not in a structure of communicating. You're not pressuring, you're servicing them. They join to get Jafra perks and benefits. Show them how. They're a very important customer. They liked you and the company and the products enough to join. Help them stay. And you never know when they need you, right? You never know that they need more in life. You want them to know your voice as much as your clients know your voice, okay? How many homes are you in today? Always the goal. So again, how many of each do I have? And then how many do I want? So then remember, you're going to be able to invite them. How many do I have attending Monday training right now? Tuesday training. What are my team sales goals, my team sponsoring goals, my year-to-date numbers? When you look at the consultant column, with your new consultants, there's a system. I kind of did a lot on a sheet. You can spread this out. It won't feel so overwhelming. But you always have consultant orientation. You always have coaching on Tuesdays for those who attend Monday nights. Wednesdays for those who attend Tuesday nights. Follow up after they attend training is so important, and that comes from you. So orientation, their launch party. So in my example, I can only live by example. On Mondays, I always had new consultant orientation. I had new consultant follow-up, okay? So I didn't have the structure we have today. But you can either follow up before they go to training or follow up after they go to training, right? You have Welcome to Jafra that you want to track with them. Maybe it's the postcards of Welcome to Jafra that Lori has. You have VIP tracking, right? You have helping them join with a buddy. And you have graduation when they finish training. Your future leaders, same thing. They're interested. Let's see if it's a fit, have an interview, and get them ready to go into qualifications with their goal date. You coach them after they attend Tuesday training or the day they're going to attend. You then, once they're a manager, you're going to track the new manager bonus and work with them every week for 8 weeks of onboarding now as a leader. Then get them ready the next 4 weeks to duplicate themselves to move to DM1. That's a future and new manager structure. You also have your group of VIPs or builders. So again, typically you work with them monthly because they might have a lower goal. They're not growing their income 2 ways. That's okay, work with them monthly. So what days of the week or power hours each month do you have set aside for these different follow-up groups? So you always, again, want to do this with reports and recognition. Some people do it daily, some people do it weekly, whatever is best for you. So you just map it out each week and find your days or power hours to do so, and celebrating always your team goals. In the district, this won't always be for all of you. It's the same. You have 3 types of leaders: accelerators, or I call them future leaders, future directors; builders who just want to grow and maybe grow a title or 2 and keep growing their results, but they're not driving towards future director. And the C, the comfortables. They want to maintain, they want to be a leader, but they really don't care to be super involved and really grow title or advance to director. So in your district, you serve them a little differently. So as you take a look, it's how many new leaders? What are my goals? What are my district sales goals? What are my year-to-date goals? Again, how many directs do I have? So that's my direct promotions. How many indirects in line 2? You heard Rosa on Monday share generation 1 is her direct, generation 2 indirects, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know how many in every line. If you don't see it, you won't have it. What bonuses am I achieving? What income? What title? So you set your goals. With your accelerators, just like your accelerators called your future leaders in your branch, you have future directors. So again, the goal is that they're promoting new groups at least every 90 days, if not monthly, like you're starting to see Jackie and Norma doing, okay? So that's because that's their focus now. So you want to have weekly coaching with this group, focusing them on their next title and their bonuses. Your builders, what do they want to achieve in income, knowing their why? What is their growth goals each month from consultants to sales? And when will they move up to their next title? They typically, again, move up once or twice a year. And your comfortables, you meet with them to just set their plan for the weeks to make sure they achieve their minimums. So that's okay if that's what they want. I want them too. So we break down, who do I work with, what weeks, and again, we have district team goals. So I know this sounds horribly boring and a little overwhelming. If it's not your column, don't focus on it. If you're not a district leader, this means nothing to you. But as you become one, you then move into that column. All right. When you look over here, you always have training, coaching, communication, and recognition. That is a system that aligns to your goals. If you don't have goals, your recognition is just a crapshoot. You need to have goals and then align your recognition to achieve it. So if you want your average order goal to go up, like Shafika shared on Wednesday, it matters. If you want your average consultant order to go up, you move that through recognition each week and then in your monthly newsletter. So as you take a look, again, you have 4 weeks to launch. So if we looked at what's available, there's 4 weeks to launch on Monday, 4 weeks to leadership on Tuesday. You just want to plug people in and have graduation. You have the regional calendar where you can see more training and coaching for you and or your team. You have the Jafra training. What does Jafra have? It's on Training Tuesdays and the business meeting. You have your training. Where do you plug in your monthly branch meeting, district meeting? Then you have coaching. Who am I coaching weekly? My new consultants, my future leaders, my future directors, and what's for you, okay? You have your weekly parties, personal team parties. You could have a team party and a personal party. Are you doing them monthly? Are you doing them weekly? And how do you do recognition? You can do this through newsletters as well. Just like I did on Wednesday, we always have the monthly recognition. I do send it to everybody whose name is in lights, and I do live on Facebook. I again do it in the regional meetings. So again, what's your format of recognition? And then we listed all the ways to do things like Pat talked about and all the tools we have to be sharing. So this is the hardest sheet of paper because it's everything. When you look at it, anybody go, oh my gosh, right? But can you see it is everything?
Yeah.
It's like Prego. All the ingredients to success are there. So you may not like details. I do, because you never skip a beat. If you don't, it's okay. Because what we also have for you is we have, bear with me here. Let me see if I can find it quick for you. I don't want that. I'm going to do a new share. Let me close this, close this. Let me save. I'll send you that, okay? I did it this morning in a new way, but what you also have, by the way, sorry, this new click on new share is freaking me out. Sorry. There is a blank one, okay? Are you able to see this? The blank one? Here, let me try this because it's a new way for me.
Yes.
I'm sorry. So this is for you to make your structure, okay? We'll be doing more shares, but I want you to see the toolkit. This is a blank one for you to say, okay, what are my goals? I haven't thought about this. That's okay. Look at, you've succeeded without it. But imagine when you're in control of it, right? And you're really planning for it. You'll work less and 10 times your income with a plan. You have training and coaching in here to the groups of people you serve. My communication format, my recognition and celebration. My follow-up is, when do I do this? So this is how you now structure it. The other one's kind of a brain stimulator. Okay, if you like it, great. If you don't, it's okay. Then you get to create on this drawing board. Next, I'm only going to share, I'm not training from all of this. These are tools we're going to keep using all month. But then look, this is what Shafika started. That is brilliant. She's awesome at systems. You're going to hear more and more of the different systems you all have. But this is also how to create that strategy. She started with these buckets. And she said, oh my gosh, what we did is we made a service strategy form each month. In case you need this, you could take this off, we don't care. But we listed what are all the trainings that I need to invite people to. Where am I going to invite them? Like Pat was doing with her leads, to the joy meeting, maybe my party. Where am I going to invite them? Remember what OCI is: observe, connect, and invite them somewhere, right? So training, we listed all the trainings that are here for the month of May for you or your team. We listed possible coachings that you might want to do. From that sheet, we organized this easy. Consultant orientation, blah, 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 future directors, future leaders, new managers, those attending Monday or Tuesday training. Okay, so these again are simplified. What are my party options? This helps you plan your calendar. Then what do I do in the reports? We wrote a mini summary for you. This was Michelle Hall and Shafika. And we did just a reminder of the P's, the I's, the N's, the A's. What do they mean and how do I find them on my report? And then recognition. What do I have every month, every quarter for my team? So we even listed topics or ideas. And then here's how you plan. How many VIPs do I have? How many do I want? What sales does that produce for my team? What are their names? Who are almost there? What do I want to remember that they're earning? How, again, do they get there in case I need to remember? What meetings would they plug into? What's my additional recognition? If I have any, you may not need any. What is my follow-up? When will I work with them? Or when do I do this? And again, do I have a coaching structure? Do I need one for the VIPs? You might not. We did every category. How many do I have of future leaders? How many new ones do I want? Who are they? Again, what incentive is there? From 11% new manager bonus. Maybe it's the portfolio this month. How do they get to manager so I don't forget? What meetings do I invite them to? Recognition I might have in addition to this. My follow-up time, my coaching for them. We did this with every category. New consultants, the number of active, pre-inactive, inactive. This is to help you plan if you need a sheet of direction and plugging it into the calendar, okay? Next and last, you're gonna go, are you kidding? No, I'm not. It's all organized for you. Sorry, let me get out of here. I gotta do a new share again. Oh, this thing is crazy how I have to do things now. I'm learning, bear with me. All right, this has always been here, by the way. These are in your units, but we're just bringing them to life. The last is taking a look. We did this in January this year for all leaders. Bear with me, I'm gonna get a new share again. Here we go. And this is your toolkit of recognition. Everything we talked about is in here, where you take a look and you have, do I have a newsletter I like? It doesn't mean you do all of this. This is just examples of ultimate. And then you cut and cut and cut to your personality or the needs of your team. But here is your newsletter. You put your picture there. It's not Jackie, please don't put me in your newsletter, but you have your picture, you have your name, your contact information. You list your goals and results of the month of April. How did we do? What were our results? Again, in all categories. You want to thank everyone who ordered. Maybe you have a team contest and you do tickets. I don't know. You have your team goals for the month of May, okay? Then you have your green by 19 if you did that like I do, or early bird. You welcome your new managers. Even if you don't have any, you expect them, okay? Tell a story. You have new manager bonuses. Even if no one's earning it, expect it. I believe if you leave it blank, eventually people appear. Build it, they will come. You welcome your new consultants. You can tell stories, pictures, whatever you want. Welcome to Jafra. You have graduates from 4 weeks to launch your leadership. Why not? You have VIP club members. You have categories for your team to strive for. Why do you do reports every week? You don't recognize when it's over. You didn't influence anything. You do it each week. So congratulations, Debbie Yingling, you are on track to be, you already earned bronze level with just 200 more. You're gonna be at the silver level. Great, 200 more, you'll be in the newsletter at the gold level. If you wanna give recognition at each level, cool. So, excuse me, you always have sales, you always have team building. And again, you don't need to duplicate Jafra. Jafra does free shipping. Jafra gives them 11% when they achieve manager. So I have 3 levels and Jafra has the 4th, okay? So again, then you recognize the gift, who earned the gift, who's on track for the big bucks. You even do this with your district. It's the same concept, but now doing the leader recognition, having branch recognition. Don't do maintenance. They get recognition when they go to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Some people do this every 500, not every 1,000. You decide. So you recognize their team, you recognize their personal results. Many of you still do this. They get a royal treat when they do both sales and sponsoring in your branch and in your district. That's up to you. This is an example of all of your recognition ideas compiled into this. I didn't make this up. This is your ideas put into branch and district. So today was OMG, right? But are you finding some gaps? What are your gaps or aha moments?
My gap. Oh, I'm sorry. I was eating, but I was going to say my gap was simply that I try to do everything every day, all the time. My gap is to have my set day and time to concentrate on each category. That's the biggie for me. Instead of, oh, I'm gonna, do something for my sponsoring today, do something for my team today, my VIPs, a newsletter. I have a potpourri of stuff going on in my head all at one time.
And
it's
what
got
happens is you become a month-end chaser.
Yes.
There is only one promise for all of you operating that way. Month-end chaser.
Yeah.
I love that, Pat. Best aha
you.
right there. Look at your calendars, ladies. It literally teaches, okay? An IPA, like our regional calendars have it. The second thing I will say to that point, this is not Jackie's brilliance. I will tell you where I learned it. I learned it from Belinda Ellsworth in the 90s. I bought her $1 million training program, how to run a $1 million company. And I changed in 30 days. And I can only say this, God's honest truth. I went from making 30 grand a year to 60 in about 90 days. I then became a director and promoted a director just like that. This is not just to make you overwhelmed. This is how you run districts. Okay, so hang on, Carol. So it is to help you say exactly what Pat did. We serve people and we have to provide training, coaching, communication, and recognition. The follow-up's the hardest. And today you have so much already done for you. You plug them in. You don't have to do it all. We used to have to do 4 weeks of consultant training, all of this onboarding. There was so much. Jafra gives you a consultant guide, just use it. That's your onboarding. Jafra gives you the virtual conversation brochure. Use that with your future managers. You don't have to create anything. It's all done. There's even party systems, hostess systems in the units. But we tend to do exactly what Pat said. Oh, what am I doing today? Is it the right IPA? This helps, right? There's a ton of gaps we're going to find, and some of you are really good and already have a lot of the systems, and it might be time to just tighten the belt. But that is not to say, oh my gosh, I can't even believe what I don't do. Please don't live like that. This is a new beginning for each and every one of you to say, oh, this is cool. You will love going to work with structure. You will work less and make more. That is my only promise for you. Okay, so let me go. I had someone else that was trying to talk. Carol, I saw your hand, but bear with me. Someone else was trying to speak at the same time Pat was. Sandra, thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
Mine were very much like Pat's. It's like when we were in Palm Springs a few years ago for training, Vicki Hacking said, I don't know why all you ladies, aren't using your phone for your business. And I thought, my goodness, I'm younger than Vicki. I should be trying that. So I kind of started to use that as tracking. And then my mind went all crazy and I was all over the place chasing, like you said, at the end of the month. And I wasn't really following up. And now seeing this, I'm just excited about starting to work with those sheets and get myself a plan so that I can daily have that schedule and know what I'm working on and follow up the 2 days, 2 more days, 2 weeks, whatever, all that's going to be. It's exciting. It will keep me less tired about what am I doing now? I'm running in this direction. I'll be able to use those structures that you taught. The thing that Shafika had is amazing. I love it. I just love it. So I'm excited to get that going and started. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. And it is. We will share more on Monday on your leader team time. We'll share more in structures and what you're doing. So if you can come and want to share on Monday anything you're doing, from your clients to your Zoom parties to any structure, newsletter, anything you have, fine. Just do it in about 3 minutes, okay? You can share your screen. You'll be able to tell us. We're going to keep reviewing this because it's been a crazy last 2 months. You've all been rock stars. This month, keep going. Nothing stops. But the key is, when you create the structure forever going forward in your new world now, marry that, look out. Just like, I'm going to give you an example. You saw this, like, can we add the new managers to the WhatsApp group? Can we? And I said, no. I have a structure. I'm not being rude. I have a structure. My structure, it has to be done or I make mistakes and I leave people out. I can't do it until I have my report, because I also do a 1-minute video to every new and comeback manager and to their upline to see it. I welcome them. I invite them to the WhatsApp chat. It takes me an entire day to do it. It is something I take very seriously. So then I don't have hiccups in my system of welcoming leaders. Does that make sense? So, and then I invite them to plug into what we have in the calendar. That's just an example of why and how you do things with the structure, because I would have left people out. If I said, go ahead, those of you who have new managers, let's just add them for now. I would make a mistake, because I can't keep track. And there were people I didn't even know. I didn't even have these people's phone numbers. So do things confidently and the right way to serve people with structure, right? Does that make sense? So again, go ahead, Carol.
Number one, I finally got my new microphone camera. I installed it a few days ago. It's working great. I wanted to say, this is what throws me off, is that I have my structure. I say I'm going to call all the inactives. I call them the former inactives. These are the folks that are the low-hanging fruit. They became inactive within the last 2 years. Blah, blah. So I have my structure. I want to do this, this, and this. But then I'm thrown off because I'm getting phone calls. I'm getting text messages from various other consultants that you need to reach out to them. They're asking you a question. Why haven't I gotten my order? Blah, 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 whatever it might be. So then you spend a half an hour trying to help them with whatever it is. So then your day of what you wanted to plan to do are off. And just the other day on Wednesday, I had 4.5 hours of just Jaffa Zooms. I mean, the one on Wednesday night was an hour and a half with you. It was great, Jackie. We had an hour with Judith. We had another hour and a half in the morning. So I had 4.5 hours just with Jaffa Zooms, and that was not prepared for. So I'm the kind of person who needs to know how long a meeting is going to be. This meeting is now an hour and a half. So this is taking away, it's already going to be 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't started my structured systems. So how do you handle those interruptions that do need to be handled, because they are your consultants and they're reaching out? Ms. Shavika has the answer.
Go, Shavika.
No, I mean, well, we all know in life you're going to have and your day is going to be interrupted every single day, no matter what, whether it's consultants, personal life or everything. And Jaffa gives us so much in these meetings, and we have a choice. We have a choice of what we attend. We have a choice of how long we attend. They're always recorded, so we can always take care of our consultants and our branches and everything first, and then go back and feed ourselves with the education and nutrition that we need. We can listen to each one of the things, but like I'm up in Massachusetts with my mom now with everything else going on, and it's just if I miss a meeting, then I catch a recording, or I was not on with Judith the other day, so I called Pat, and she filled me in. So you're always, you're definitely always going to have that constantly. And it's not to let it overwhelm or get frustrated, but you can only do what you can do. And like Jackie said, with your days, you know, just put them out, but what days you're going to work with this one or that one. I know when they call and they need you, you know, definitely you know, you need to address that here. And, you know, and there's just some things that you're going to miss, but just, you know, plan it. Don't let it get frustrated to you, because we have so many different recordings that even if you miss it live, you know, you definitely can fill in afterwards here. So.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So the key, you said a couple of great things, and I'm going to wrap this up. It is a great topic, Carol said, but this is a skill of discipline. Okay. I don't miss live meetings if I can't. I've never missed a leader meeting. I'm just that way because I want to be fully in and on. There are times you cannot. Okay. So absolutely, like Shafika, suddenly life is here. So we can't, right? So again, you prioritize your brand and needs. Remember the you column. That matters. The key is this. When I pause, and that happens, this happens to me all day long. I think I was working with Sandra on her testimony, which she was awesome, by the way, yesterday. And how many corporate times did I have to hop on a meeting really quick, Sandra? I left 3 times. I had to change our time 3 times. And literally when I was on, I had to get off. That's okay. You know what? That's what leadership is. I'm okay with that. That changed my whole day. So to Carol's point, this is what we all do as a human. I had to pause and say, oh my gosh, this is what I have to get done today. This is my commitment to service. So instead of doing what I thought I was going to do, I had to use a different form of technology to communicate. And I had to shift my priorities of the day. So instead of, you know, worrying about getting that flyer done, I needed to do the new managers, even though that got moved 6 hours. I was like, but I'm like, no, this is today. So I had to set up my studio, get my camera on, and just say, stop. I had to cancel my exercise and move that 4 hours later. I just had to. So it's those things that you pause and say, okay, can I move it to tomorrow? And I didn't have room, so I couldn't move it. So I looked and said, no, priority timing. I can't move it. So if I have to do it today, do I do it by video or do I do groups? So instead of doing 36 managers one by one, I did them by district. So I could do Cherie and her team 5 at a time. Sorry, but that saved me 20 minutes. Now, you don't think that's a big deal. That's 20 minutes. That's a lot of time to me. So you sometimes have to strategically think, is what I need to get done, is there another way to reach them in a group? Is there another way to do a 1-minute video versus new manager orientation with 30 people and it takes me 3 hours? What's my ways to do things? Does that make sense? Look at plan B. Can I move it? Can I delegate it? Or if it's a priority, is there a way to do it with less time, but yet be effective? So I rewrite my letters of what I got to do that day differently every single solitary day. The most important thing you do is wake up in the morning and decide the priorities, the IPAs, and then block the time with the plan. The plan will always change. Shafika said it exactly right. I have never had my calendar days ever go the way they're supposed to, and specifically more now than ever in my life. Ever. Yeah. I'm a caregiver. I have life. I have corporate, which is insane right now. I've never seen this crazy. And it could be 10 at night and I got to hop on a meeting. So that's okay. I can either get mad or blame. And it's never managing anything but myself. My service doesn't change. I just change how I do it. That makes sense? If I wanted to call 50 managers, but I can't, I got to do a phone tree. Gosh darn it. I don't want to, but I have to. Right? Yes. I'd love to call every client, every leader and say, happy birthday. I never can. So I have to be okay making recognition in a newsletter. That's all I can do. But at least I do it. I don't have guilt, right? So that's where the grid matters. Who do I serve and how do I want to serve to be the best brand of me? My goal, help them feel good, feel special, know they're important, give them the benefits they're looking for. Good customer care, amazing hostess coaching, phenomenal follow-up for my leads. I don't care about results. I care about me serving. Be the best leader to my branch, the most amazing future ambassador to my district. That's my job, quote unquote, right? So is all of the beginning, the first thing is goals and expectations and branding, or everything else you're doing doesn't align to it. Does that make sense? Right? Okay, today was a big brainer. Will you have the forms? Of course, no big deal. We'll make a packet. But this is just, again, something so critical in the new you. It isn't, I saw Louise, I love that. It's a whole new Jafra, new tools, new technology, and a new you. You are the way you grow based on your goals and based on your service, training, communication, coaching, but then the follow-up is your plan. So we will continue working on this. We will continue to keep sharing. And because many of you are experts at this, I'm just here to get the thoughts brewing today. So again, keep going. Proud of you all. This is not hard work or easy work, but when it's in place, remember to not be perfect. You will constantly adapt. Every 90 days, you review your systems and tweak it. Okay, so allow yourself to try it 3 months and then decide gaps or too much, or I can't do it, it's not working, and gap it again. Okay, so thank you everyone for today. Amazing, tough work, but wow, it's so much fun. That's the joy when I keep hearing you say, oh my gosh, this is getting fun. It is fun. People make it fun because they love you. So see you all. Have a fabulous Friday. We'll see you on Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. Bye, everyone.
Bye.